Hello, everyone. Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professionalism for today's terms only. The investment we're going to talk today will be Ethereum ETH. First, I want to say happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope a great week so far. Respective recording time of 9:20 a.m. on the Eastern Time. Ethereum currently trading $4,019, down about 2.63% so far. Respect to overall crypto market, it's mainly bearish at the moment, right? With respect to the overall market, with Bitcoin leading the effort down about 1.92%, whilst Ethereum, Dogecoin, and Cardano are all respectively down about 6% so far. Ethereum's currently down about 2.63%, to be more specific. While Algorand is a little bit more severe, down about 8%, and Shiba Inu seems like is experiencing further bullish momentum, currently up about 21% so far. And on the equity side, it seems like there is still some more sector rotation that's happening right now with the early pre-market on the futures perspective on NASDAQ up about 0.06% and SPYs up about 0.12%. So we are leaning more towards, yesterday was a more of a normalization day, right? But it seems like the bullishness or the Santa Claus rally, if you may, right? Q4 is typically a bullish quarter for a lot of the, equities specifically, and most prominently driven by the high tech, which are most of the time large cap stocks like Facebook, Google, Amazon, and obviously Tesla is also included into this equation. That also with the window dressing affectation among hedge fund communities, Q4 is definitely going to sustain more bullish momentum. So we might see, Tesla to continue to retest all-time highs, but that's something we have to watch out for, right? To see with respect to recent squeeze that we've seen Tesla, on one day specifically, as we surge above $1,000, it kept leaping up all the way to be closing to the $1,094. So basically about to retest, to get above the $1,100. That and breaking above that level can be very possible as we normalize the RSI and MACD a little bit and then further sustain that momentum. But we ultimately have to watch that, right? So with respect to Ethereum, on the news front, there is a good collections of news that happened this morning. The first one's on Decrypt about 21 minutes ago, talk about Timberland dropping Ethereum music NFTs that you can remix. So it seems like there are more musicians or artists, if you may, that are, commercializing or adopting NFT. And Timberland, which has been a reputable artist, I've listened to his album, I listened to his music. He's a great notorious DJ, and seems like he is getting a taste of this NFT craze, if you may. The next one is talk about on Bazinga about 6 hours ago. Talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin takes a dive as extreme greed prevails. Shiba Inu shoots all-time high. And so this is basically talking about with respect to what we're currently seeing right now, right? With Bitcoin breaking below the 60K, right? On top of that, Ethereum seems like we broke below 4,000 earlier today, but subsequently got a lot of public investors bought back in to try to sustain us back above 4,000. But we have to take a look at the momentum to see how we're trending right now. It seems like, the upward wedge is forming, and we broke it because the upward wedge was hitting the apex. On top of the fact that MACD is crossing down right now, RSI is still, leaning more of an upper echelon of being overbought, right? So that could translate into more sell-off coming. So we'll dive into a little bit more. The next one's Decrypt 16 hours ago. Talk about Economist DeFi rabbit hole covers NFT sales for 419K in Ethereum. So this seems like there's Alex in Wonderland themed DeFi cover that attracts a lot of investors, to basically drive the price for the valuation for this specific cover of NFT to sell for close to about $500,000 at 419K. So quite interesting. It's nice picture. I do like it artistically, but would I be paying close to over 400K for a picture like this? I think I might have to think about that. And next one is something we have already seen from yesterday with respect to Tom Brady gives his fan one Bitcoin exchange for 600th touchdown ball. So this is something we already visited yesterday, so no need to mention it. So it seems like this is just more name dropping, if you may. We have seen Timberland, we have seen, Reese Witherspoon, which is the Legally Blonde actress. We've seen Tom Brady now. We also see, Odell Beckham Jr. We see all the other NFL and NBA stars like Stephen Curry, just to name a few, that are adopting this NFT craze. Right. So let's just dive straight back into the technicals now, right? So with respect to the current level, we are trading at the $4,008, now about close to 3%. And right now, you can see that we are slowly fusing together, forming a cross section. And this is as the MACD crossed down the signal line. This indicates a bearish setup as a death cross again, right? We still at the 60 out of 70. So ideally selling back down to 3,843, which we tried to today. We got to the 3,950, which is basically matching some of the non-substantive level as a consolidation, but ideally coming back down to the next level, ideally coming back down if we break the next level to the 3,450. And I think that should technically get us back down to below 40 as we get to somewhere around here. And if we get even more severe of a sell-off, right, let's say we break it all the way to below 35 to even go below 30, we will very likely to be testing the 3,150, which is a very logical level to buy at, right? But we have to see because it wouldn't be just a straight line of cross, right? It will be some consolidation as we test these resistance levels and then further, recuperate the RSI and then further sustain. But it seems like with respect to a cross section, knowing the fact, especially on the MACD we've crossed for quite some time now, we got cross down for a little bit of time as well. So we have to practice our patience. And I think more sell-off is imminent based on how the setup right now with the upward wedge, with the break of the MACD, and being overbought. So everything is set up to be a very bearish setup right now based on how it's looking right now. So with respect to Bitcoin, we formed a death cross. Again, we saw that recently. And right now we're basically hovering in air. There isn't anything substantive that we have formed here. Ideally coming back down to at least at the 54 to the 53. But ideally, for 48, as we break below 50 to the 43 would be the first level I even look at. Right now, we're still at the 53 out of 70. And I think we might have some time to cross down to. So something to be mindful of. Dogecoin right now, we see that we have that mega crash all the way to 21, which was the dip, right? Again, right? Dogecoin is good to buy when it's hit the 21 to 20 cents. And we got there today. So whoever bought in at that level or have been watching the technicals, congratulations to you. You are making some gains already despite the bearish setup. But I think we could technically get back down because of the fact that we are forming a cross section still. We still at the 40 or 50 out of 70. So I think ideally coming back down to the 21 and 20 cents would be a very logical move. Cardano right now is we got to the 187 earlier today, 182 to be more specific. And you could see that right now with the 35 out of 70. So I think ideally, if you bought at the below one, basically around like 187, that was the dip technically. And I think because of the fact that we crossed down, we might take some time for us to cool back down and then slowly recuperate. We might see maybe a red candle subsequent to it and then recuperate back up. But I think Cardano looks like a pretty promising setup right now. Solana, we're selling off right now because of the fact that we just cannot sustain to break above all-time high again. And we're forming a whale-back curvature. We're still at the 62 out of 70, so ideally buying at the 156, 134 to 113 would be more logical. XRP right now, you can see that we broke below $1, and that was very logical. It was a flash crash. And that's the reason is exactly the level that we identify, right? Around like the 93, 94. We immediately got bought up by the public investors to sustain above it. But I think, the dip was basically it, right? And I think, whoever bought in or put a buy order at that level was very smart because that was the technical level. And I think, we might sell back down to below a $1 for a little bit, but we are at the 40. So as we deplete further down to like the 35, I think it's a good dip for you to buy. So just watch the RSI scale. Polkadot's right now form a death cross, so we have some more room to leap down to. So ideally, right, I kept mentioning to you guys, ideally buy at the 30. But for me, I think 25 is a much better level. So I think 30 to 25 would be a good level to buy at. Algorand right now forming a well back with the 52. We're forming across. I think the apex was already hit, so ideally buy at the 160 to 150 is the more logical level per our technicals, right? Shiba Inu is lagging for the right reason. It's definitely driving some enormous surging pressure right now. We are at 85 out of 70, so we are basically breathing. I don't even know what we're breathing right now. We are up in the air, up in space, trying to reach Mars. I think we're like 45 minutes away from Mars right now. We're almost landing. Shiba Inu is definitely a lot of FOMO and whale manipulations. So definitely be aware of. I would not touch this at the moment. But if you want to touch it right now, just remember that whatever goes up really, really fast comes down just as fast, right? And the more logical level will be somewhere like way below, right? We have seen this one mega green candle, which most of the whales bought in, and then you see a bunch of consolidation, and then you see more FOMO, like with one whale buy-in and then a bunch of public investors FOMO in. This is definitely very dangerous, and I think the last time we crashed was when we hit the 93, so we still have technically some more room to run up to. So maybe get above to like close to about 70, and then sell back down could be logical, but we have to see, right? Ultimately, this is definitely abnormal. This is forming a major outlier into the charts. So with respect to risk management levels, these are the identified levels, right? As the RSI and the MACD depletes back down to Earth, right? These are when we come back to Earth, and when we are, when the risk is a lot more tolerable at the moment, right? Like right now, the risk aversion and the risk scale is extremely high, which is the reason why we see on the news saying that the greed level is exceeding all expectations right now. So remember, when everybody's being greedy, you gotta get away, right? When everybody's being fearful, that's when you should be buying, right? That's like the basic, saying that circulates around Wall Street, for more of the beginners, if you may. But that's a good saying that has some merits to it, right? And I think this is the price level that translate into when everybody's scared and want to, fear of basically selling off when it's on a red day, and that's the level we have to watch out for when you should be incurring risks. And I think these are the ideal risk level for you to incur going forward, as we ideally and potentially get down to. So really appreciate you for dropping by again on this Wednesday, and really appreciate the support that I get every single day. And stay tuned for the couple. Take care. Bye.